Hi, everybody. Welcome to day one of our challenge group. I'm so excited that you're here. I want to welcome the new challengers, and new challengers, you should be giving yourself a pat on the back because you're here, you're doing it. It's awesome. And I'm excited that you're committed to this challenge. So we hope that as you're going through this, that you feel comfortable in the group to share with us and post in here and ask your questions. It's helpful when you ask questions right in the group as a post, because chances are if you have that question, there's going to be other challengers who have the same exact question. Most of us are going through this. We lead similar lives, and it's helpful for all of us to see our questions and see the answers to those questions. So I hope you feel comfortable to do that. Also, I want to welcome returning challengers. Welcome. There's some of you that have been in here, you're in your second round, your third round, your fourth round, or you've been in here, maybe some of you have been in here over a year and you just are at maintenance at this point and you're doing amazing. And we're so happy that you're with us and that you're here. And we're happy that you're going to continue to get support and help in this group. Returning fixers. If it's getting too easy for you, that's the thing. If it's starting to get too easy for you, the workouts, if you're like, I'm really not seeing any more results, the workouts are so easy, well, then you have to make sure that you're pushing yourself a little bit harder, not following the modifier or doing more reps or increasing your weights, upping your intensity. You definitely want to keep, as you're going, you want to go a little further and bump up a little bit more so that you don't plateau, okay? All right, now, the eating plan. You're going to want to stick to the eating plan. The eating plan, I'm going to show you this book. I have the other book, but I can't find it right now. But this is the eating plan for the 21-Day Fix Extreme. It's very similar to the 21-Day Fix. It's ultimately the same. I think there's just it's like a little bit more intensity with it. It's like a little bump up from the original Fix. So in the eating plan, you really want to stick to the food lists, okay? So when you see these food lists, now if you are noticing, like I talked about plateauing, if you are noticing that you are plateauing, one really good trick is to stick to the foods at the top of each list, okay? Because those are the foods that are the most nutritionally dense. Those are the foods that are going to give you the best, fastest results. If you're somebody like, I want to see results really quick and I want to do really well, then you're definitely going to want to stick to the foods at the tops of the lists. All of the foods in the plan, if it's on the list, you can eat it, okay? But all of those foods are Fix approved. But if you notice, if you look at the yellow container list, at the bottom of the list are waffles. Well, if you're eating waffles, a whole grain waffle, if you're eating waffles every day, you're probably not going to see as good of results as the people eating something from the top of the list, which I don't have the list in front of me right now. But somebody eating from the top of the list is going to see better results, faster results. So that's definitely something to think about going forward. Okay, what you put into this, you will get out of this. If you check in with this group every day, if you post, I did my workout, I drank my shake, if you post a picture of your food, if you stay engaged in this group, you are going to see great results. If you do not stay engaged in this group, I can't promise you that you're going to see the best results. Okay, I know that these groups and this program works, but you need to work it. You need to do it. It's not just going to miraculously work. You have to actually put in the work and put in the time. And you can do it. You really can. You're here, right? You're watching this video. That means you're in it. So that's great. We are all here for the same reason. We all want to see results. We all want to be healthy. We want to be fit. We want to live longer. We want to have muscles. We want to be healthy. I said that already, but ultimately that's what we want. We all want to be healthy. So we're all here to help one another. The first 3 days of this this program is definitely the hardest, okay? So I actually found the first 5 days to be the hardest. But once you can get through that first 3 days, then you can get through the first 3 weeks. Just get through the first 3 days, and then the rest, it will become easier. It becomes a habit. Okay, for planning. Planning is definitely the biggest struggle for most people. And I think that my best advice that I can give you is sometimes it's very overwhelming to think about a whole week at one time of planning for the whole week. So instead of planning for the week, just plan each day. So before you go to bed at night, write down the time that you're going to eat and what you're going to eat, and make sure you're getting all your containers in. That's very, very important, okay? This program was designed to work. This program works. But if you decide, oh, I don't need that I don't need that container, you're not going to get as good of results. I promise you. This program was designed for these specific workouts. So these 30-minute workouts, the foods and the containers that you're meant to eat are there for a reason. You're supposed to be eating them because it's all planned out. This has all been designed very, very, very intentionally. So you want to make sure that with the planning, if 1 week seems too hard for you to do, just plan the night before on a little piece of paper. Just put the time, like I said, put what you're going to be eating. And again, make sure you're getting all your containers in. With the workouts, your first workout, which is today, is going to be the total body cardio workout. That is by far that, and I think the Dirty 30, which is your workout on Saturday. Those two workouts, in my opinion, and in most people's opinions, is the hardest workout. So the first day's workout is going to be your hardest workout. And in fact, your first exercise in the first workout is the hardest one. So it's called Surrenders, and it's really, really hard. Okay? But just do the best you can, and just know that you're going to get through it. You're going to do fine. And it's only 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes. Think about how many hours are in the day, and 30 minutes. It's not even an hour. You know, we can all carve out 30 minutes in a day. We all can. We just have to carve out that time. Okay, so make sure you're carving out that time and you're getting in that 30 minutes. Okay. If it's challenging, if you're like, oh, this is really tough. Oh my gosh, it's burning. That's good. That means it's working. That's great. That's what we want. I know we don't like the burn, but you're going to learn to love the burn. Okay. Because in the beginning I hated it, but now I love it because I know, oh, good. It's working. I'm going to have a muscle there. I'm going to have, I'm going to be toned. I'm going to, whatever. Also, know with the workouts are very important. Don't get me wrong. But as far as overall good health and fitness, working out is only 20% of the equation for good health and fitness. 80% of your success in this is going to come from your nutrition. So don't blow it in the kitchen. Don't do the 30 minutes every day and then go eat ding-dongs and ring-dings, okay? Make sure that you're doing the planning, even if it's just every day, the night before, planning what you're going to eat, and make sure you're prepared, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and there's nothing more true than that. So make sure that you're really paying close attention to your nutrition. Okay, if you haven't done it already, measurements and pictures are super duper important, guys, okay? You need to make sure that you're doing that. And I just watched my leader's video about this, and she said it perfectly. Everybody says muscle weighs more than fat. It doesn't weigh more. It's just more dense. So if you have a pound of muscle, it looks like this. If you have a pound of fat, it looks like this. Okay? So if you're only relying on the scale, you're not going to know the true picture of how well you're doing. You're not going to really have an accurate version of what you're doing, of the success that you're having. It's very, very important to take those measurements. The measurements are super important. Pictures are also very important because the measurements are going to show how your body is transforming. You're going to see that as you go through, you're going to lose more inches than you will pounds, because the the inches show more. Like I said, the inches show how much your body is transforming. So it's really important to do that. And if you haven't done it already, if you're somebody that's been like, oh, I've only been weighing myself, please take the time today. Measure all the parts that you need to measure, okay? It's really, really important. And you're going to want to know it. You're going to want to write everything down and know, because you're going to want to know how you're doing. And if you're only relying on the scale, you're not getting an accurate picture of how you're doing. Okay, some other advice that I have for you is with your yellows and your purples. If you really want to see great results, make sure that you're eating all your yellows and purples before 6 o'clock at night, or before 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours before you're going to go to bed. So if you go to bed at 8, or 9, make sure you're not having any yellows or purples before 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, I mean. Okay. If it's not on the list, we have these food lists. If it's not on the list, you can't eat it. Okay. Don't eat it. If you're at the store and you want to get something and you're not sure if you can or not, look at the ingredients. Don't worry about the calories. Don't worry about the fat content. Don't worry about the sugar content. Look at the ingredients. That's what's going to tell you whether or not you can have something. Okay. Because the ingredients have to be clean. What does that mean? That means that you have to be able to pronounce everything on that list. If it's some weird word, some like technical scientific term, word for some ingredient, then it's probably not clean. If it's in a box, it's probably not clean. Okay, so you want to definitely make sure you're doing that. And make sure with your Shakeology, you're going to want to be drinking that every day. And when should you drink that? That's a question that I get a lot. You never want to drink your Shakeology before your workout, because on a full stomach, you could actually get sick during your workout. So don't do that. But what I usually like to try to do is have it within an hour of my workout. So if I work out at 7, I'm having my Shakeology at about no longer than 8 o'clock, no later than 8 o'clock. So those are my suggestions for you for day 1. I'm so excited that you're here. Please reach out to the group as much as possible. Remember, what you put into this, you are going to get out of this, and you can do it. You are worth it, and you can do it. All right. And we'll do it together. I'm so happy that you're here. All right. Have a great day 1, everybody.